Hello dear learners, welcome back to our channel. So in the last video on research aptitude series, we have discussed on what is research, the meaning of research, the objectives of research and also some definitions of research, right? And as promised, this will be a series of videos especially for research aptitude series, and today we are back with the second video on research aptitude series, which is entirely on types of research. And in this video we will be discussing on some important types of research that are usually asked for the NTA UGC NET exam paper 1 questions. Okay, and some of these important types of research are fundamental or basic research or pure research, then empirical research, conceptual research and applied research. So without much delay, let's get on to our video on types of research. Okay, so the first one we are going to discuss is the fundamental or basic or pure research. This fundamental research is also known as the basic or pure research. And in fundamental research, what we actually do is that we try to expand the knowledge in particular branch of knowledge. Okay, here in this fundamental research, we don't mean to find any practical solutions to any problems. Instead, we try to expand the knowledge or expand the ideas in a particular branch of knowledge. And also in fundamental or this basic or pure research, we conduct it for formulating theories. So that is the main aim of fundamental research. For example, there was a question which was asked for UGC NET exam, and this question was like this: Jean Piaget, he formulated the theory of cognitive development based on which kind of research? And Jean Piaget, he has formulated a theory out of his research. And this kind of formulating theories or expanding the knowledge or working in a particular area to add more information to it, we use this fundamental research. So the right answer for the question was also fundamental research. So almost all the major research which are conducted with the aim in either formulating a theory or expanding the knowledge in a particular area, all these come under this fundamental research. If somebody do a research on a particular area in their subject, that will come under this basic or the fundamental research. Or if somebody proposes a new theory, if somebody proposes this post-structuralism, post-colonialism, so all these proposal of theory in an area or formulation of theory within an area, it comes out of this fundamental or basic research. So that is the first type of research, which is the fundamental research. Now let's come to applied research, which is kind of opposite to fundamental research. Okay, so in applied research, we conduct study particularly to find immediate solutions to problems. So there will be certain problems in any field, and we conduct this study to find out the solution for that problems. So such kind of research is termed as the applied research. Okay, the applied research is applicable in almost all the fields like engineering, medicine, economics, any field, education. This applied research is possible. Okay, so if somebody, for example, conducts a research to find out an immediate solution in a school, like how to prevent bullying in school, bullying or ragging in a school, a solution must be there, right? An immediate solution, we need an immediate solution for that problem. So we conduct applied research there. Applied research is another kind of research to solve practical problems. And this applied research, it is socially useful. You are finding a solution to a problem which is which can also be a social problem, and you find a solution out of the research that you have made, which results in a solution, and this kind of research is known as the applied research. This is kind of opposite to the fundamental research. In fundamental research, you are formulating a theory, but in applied research, no such theories are not formulated here. Instead, what we do is that we are finding solutions for certain problems. Okay, now let's move on to the third type of research. Okay, so this third type of research is conceptual research. Let's see what is conceptual research. Okay, as the name itself suggests, conceptual, so it is related to concepts. So you can remember it so easily. What is conceptual research? Okay, in conceptual research, what you actually do is that you formulate concepts, ideas or theories based on your observations and also based on your intellect. Here, this one, conceptual research, is different from the empirical research which we are going to learn next. Anyway, the conceptual research, it differs from empirical research in such a way that here no experiments are involved. Instead, you come to a conclusion, you come to a concept or a theory just based on your observations. This is how conceptual research works. Okay, an important example that we can discuss for conceptual research is that the heliocentric theory by Copernicus. Copernicus has until the age of Copernicus, people believed that the earth was the center, and it was also this concept that the earth was also the center of the universe, also comes out of a kind of conceptual research. They have just observed, they have just used their intellect and found out that the earth is the center. But Copernicus, he with his actual intellect and actual observation, he has proved that earth is not the center but it is the sun, and the earth rotates around the sun, and this was known as the heliocentric theory. So this heliocentric theory was formulated by Copernicus, and he did not formulate it on a sudden. He has just observed everything. He has used his intellect to come out to this conclusion that earth is not the center. So that kind of concept of theory which come out of the research based on observations and intellect are known as conceptual research. Concepts from observations, that is conceptual. And next one we are going to discuss. So we have discussed on fundamental, its opposite applied, then conceptual, and now let's discuss its opposite, which is the empirical research. Let's see what is empirical research. Okay, so the opposite to the conceptual research we are going to discuss is the empirical research. Let's see what is the meaning of empirical. Once we learn the meaning of empirical, it will be easy for us to comprehend what exactly this research is. Okay, so the term empirical means it is based on or verifiable by experiments. So in conceptual research, there are no experiments. You come to a conclusion from your observation. But in empirical, which is opposite to the conceptual, you come to the conclusion of the study based on the experiments that you have performed. You have performed certain experiments and the conclusion of it results in the concept or the theory. So that is empirical research. In this empirical research, the conclusion of the study is from the concrete empirical evidence, the evidence that you have proved out of the experiments that you have conducted. Here in this example, you can quote the example of Galileo. Galileo, he has invented the telescope and he has done experiments and finally come to the conclusion that the earth is not the center, instead it is the sun. Copernicus has proved it with his observation and intellect, but Galileo through empirical research has used experiments and he has invented the telescope and has come with the concrete evidence to prove Copernicus theory. So that is known as empirical research, and the opposite of it was the conceptual research. So I hope that until now you have understood well. Now let's move on to the next type of research. Okay. Now the next one we are going to learn in the types of research is the action research. Let's see what it is. Okay. So this term action research was coined by the famous German American social psychologist. His name is Kurt Lewin. So what is action research then? Action research is designed as an evaluative, investigative and analytical research method designed to diagnose problems or weaknesses. Here in action research, you conduct a research to diagnose problems, okay, or any weaknesses or any gaps that is particularly in a field. And this action research is more specific to the education sector. Okay, so there will be a problem, there may be or may not be a problem in that system. Okay, and often we conduct this action research to evaluate and to investigate any loopholes that are within that system so that we can improve it, we can change it and provide a better system in that field of knowledge. That is particularly education field. Okay. Now the new education policy. So you will be confusing like earlier also we have discussed what is applied research. Now we are discussing action research. Both are problem solving measures or research that we are conducting. Then how it gets different? How it is different? Okay. Here in action research, there in applied research, there will be a problem and we find immediate solution for that. Okay, but here in action research, there may be or may not be a problem, or the problems may exist and we don't care. And this action research is conducted as an evaluation, okay, if there is any loophole within this system so that we can change it and improve it. This is how action research works. Okay, I'll give you an example. The new education policy is amended and reintroduced within a time period, right? Why they do this new education policy within a time period? Because there will be some loopholes in our education system comparatively to the world education system. So what they do is that they do action research there. Action research within itself also contain different steps, and usually in the NTA UGC NET exam for many years this question was repeated. What is the cyclic process that is involved in the action research? Let's see what are the steps within this action research. Okay, so it's planning, then action, then observation and then reflection, and finally they reflect within this field and then they come up with a new question which again opens to the way for planning. So that is a cyclic process. Action research is a cyclic process. Okay, so we have learned almost 5 types of research, right? Now let's move on to the last and the final type of research, that is the ethnographic research. So what is ethnography? If you understand what is ethnography, then you can easily understand what is ethnographic research. Okay. So what is ethnography? Ethnography is the systematic and scientific study of people and their culture. It's all about people, their race, their customs, their beliefs and their culture. Ethnographic research is a qualitative method of research in which you conduct research to understand of people and their culture. So that is ethnographic research. And why this ethnographic research is important? You might be thinking like, why to study on people? Why to study on their culture? It's very important. It's all about human beings. Okay. For example, in a country, if it want to get developed, there must be ethnographic research. For example, a foreign company want to invest or want to start its new project or new plant in India. For example, Samsung. Samsung want to start its new plant in India. They don't start it on a moment. They first conduct a research on how the people are, what is their culture, what is their thinking, and what are their customs. So and also along with that also they research on many other factors, but this research especially on the people and their culture is known as the ethnographic research. And so this ethnography research is very important for the development of a country. Another example is that if you want to improve the condition of people who are living in a rural area, okay, if you want to improve it, how do you improve it? You will learn on the people living there and their customs and culture, right? That these all comes under the ethnographic research, and it is a very important kind of research for the progress of the country. Okay. So until now we have learned on fundamental research, its opposite, applied research. Then we have learned on conceptual research, its opposite, empirical research, then action research, and finally on ethnographic research. So this is on the types, so these are some important types of research. Also we have discussed some questions as well, okay. And on the coming video we will be discussing on the methods of research which are particularly mentioned in the UGC NET exam paper 1 syllabus. Okay, so I hope that this video helped you. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.